Welcome to MetalVice in 666. I'm your host, Brian, joined with the other host,
Karen.
And we are going to do another Karen's Pick.
We are.
We have a big stack of these.
We do. Yeah.
But if you haven't joined us before, why don't you tell people what a Karen's Pick is?
Yeah, so it started with us going to record stores, and I was trying to find a record under $10. It's kind of went to like $15, $20, depending on the price of the records and stuff. But it was supposed to be a band that I knew nothing about, and I was basically going off of price and cover art to decide if I want to listen to it or buy it and listen to it.
Yeah, and then what's the album we have today to listen to, or that we listen to?
So this is a dual album by the band Reburied and the band Deconsecration.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's two bands.
Yes. So I had to do a little research while we were listening to this to kind of figure this out. But
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I thought this was just Reburied and then the album was Deconsecration.
yeah, so that's what I thought too, until I started doing a little bit of research. So we bought this during metal movie nights when we went to see Heavy and Heavier Trip, or Heavy Trip and Heavier Trip.
Yeah, they had like a little flea market thing
Yep.
outside in like the concourse or like out by the snack area of the
Yeah,
music
yeah,
box,
yeah.
the theater that was at.
Yeah.
And you happened to just like dig through it and found this. I think it was Reckless Records that we got
I
this
believe
from.
so.
They had like a little booth set up to do this. You also paid $9.99.
Yep. So under that $10.
Just that $10.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, exactly. So when we were listening to this, I was trying. I do like to look up the bands while we're listening to it, not before, but while, to kind of get some history of them or like to understand the bands. Both of these bands are death metal bands from Seattle, Washington.
Oh, okay.
And this is the first post demo album that they released. So so what I'm getting at is they didn't necessarily have enough for each band to release an album. So they kind of combined them, where side A is Deconsecration and side B is Reburied.
Okay. Yeah, typically I think you would do like an EP, which would just be,
Yeah.
the one side of the album,
Yep.
possibly. Because it's just one side is enough to fill it. So interesting. All right, so they had a demo, and then this was they both sort of combined to come out with this dual project type thing.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It seems, according to their social media, Reburied is still actively posting, doing shows,
Okay.
that sort of thing. Deconsecration, they have not posted since 2022, 2023.
Oh, okay.
And it doesn't seem like they might be
Together or
doing much. I mean,
doing
I don't want to say like not together, just
Right.
not necessarily doing shows or not posting about them on social media, which it does seem like social media would be where you do post things to get it out there, but maybe they're doing stuff locally and just not posting about it.
Okay, the back of the sleeve or this insert into the vinyl also makes sense now, because I was looking at this and I thought it was just the first band, like a band shot of them playing on the first photo at the top, and then the bottom was like the band themselves.
Yeah.
Looking at it a little closer now, you can see they're not the same people.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like the band photo for Deconsecration at the top, a little blurb from them, who the band is, who mixed it, their like little thank you little blurb at the bottom. And then Reburied is the one below that, their band photo, and same thing, who the band is, who mastered the record, and their thank you as well, which it looks like this was recorded, at least the Reburied part was recorded in 2020.
That would make sense, yeah. Yeah. Because I think this came out in 2022.
Okay.
2021, 2022. Does it say on here?
So the Reckless little tag says November 2024. So I don't know if that means
might
it
be
came.
when they got it.
That could be when they got it,
yeah,
right?
I think that's when they got it, yeah. So listening to it, though, I could not tell a difference. I didn't.
Between the two bands?
Yeah, so it was when we were listening to side B, when I was looking it up. And because when I look it up, I really want to like be focused on the music for at least a few songs, and then I start looking it up, and I don't immediately want to be like, let me look this up, and then I'm reading it, and I'm not focusing on the music. So it was side B that I was looking it up, and I could not tell a difference between the two. Did you see a difference, or before knowing? I mean, you didn't know it was two bands, so could you tell a difference between side A and side B?
Yes and no. Like I couldn't really tell a difference. Like I couldn't tell you they were two different bands, but I could tell you there was a difference in the music between A and B.
Okay.
The B side I enjoyed a little bit more.
Okay.
It had more instrumental, more guitar bits in it, more riffs that I enjoyed versus side A.
Okay.
Side A, I think it was the last song, which was probably the Satanic Terror. I think that was it. If it wasn't that one, it was one before, Shortness of Breath, where they had that, maybe it was Shortness of Breath, but they had that like spoken word intro thing about where murder is the number one cause of, or not murder, death is the number one cause of death in America, or something like that. Most people who die in America die of death. Here are signs of death: rigor mortis, shortness of breath. Maybe it was that. Maybe it was shortness of breath.
Yeah.
And lack of sleep or getting tired or something. And I was like, that made me smile. I enjoyed that. But the side B, like I said, there was more instrumental aspects that I enjoyed, with like more guitar and whatnot, the riffs they had, and just the way it sort of was composed. But from like a vocal standpoint, they sounded very similar to me. Overall, they're both, I don't want to say standard, but a pretty standard death metal band. When you hear death metal, like, cool, this is exactly what I expected to hear. All that to say, I truly enjoyed both sides. I thought this was a really, really good album for $10 too.
Yeah.
I thought this was a fucking great album.
And we kind of got two albums in one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So going to what you said with the guitars, I did notice in the second song, which of Desecration, which is Dissected to Death, there is a guitar solo type riff, like towards the end of the song. I felt like that was a little out of place
for that song.
Maybe if it's live, it would be different. Like maybe something's happening or something like that, so it makes more sense. But just listening to it, that seemed out of place. But then I did hear a lot more guitar during side B, so Reburied side. Yeah. So kind of going with what you were saying about it.
Going over the packaging here real quick, you just have your standard insert where it is split pretty straight down the middle.
Yeah. Now that we know.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now how this is set up. I already talked about the back a little
lyrics?
bit. Those are the lyrics. Yeah, the lyric sheets.
Cool. Because with this, the lyrics are a little bit hard to decipher because it is the guttural growls.
Yeah.
Death metal has a whole bunch of different vocal types.
Yeah, they do.
Both A and B side, or both bands, have like the guttural growl vocal types. So it's not clear lyrics.
The album art is really cool. I do like this skull sort of. I'm assuming it's the Grim Reaper type person with the cloak. I don't know if it could be. I also see like a nun with like the white.
Oh, the
cloak.
nun. Yeah, I see that
Just
with
a
the
skull
two,
of that.
like the two scarf thing.
Yeah. But really, really cool art with that skull coming out. I really like that. And then the back, pretty simple, just the band logo and their titles of the tracks on top and bottom for side A, side B. But this really sort of faded in skeleton here in this sort of archway, which is really cool. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So package-wise, really cool. I can see why you picked this up, and also being $10. Like, if I saw that for $10, like, oh shit, I'd probably pick that up.
Because I do think this night, I found quite a few albums that I liked. And I made a comment to the Reckless guy, and I was like, did you just pull every single metal album out of the store? Because sometimes I feel that way with Reckless, where they do have a good metal selection. Granted, we've never been to like the Logan Square.
That's on Michigan, right? The Logan Square is on Michigan. Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We've been very close to it, but we never actually went in.
And I think that's where he said he was from.
Yes, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
So I don't know what their metal section is, but like downtown, they have like one little section of metal, but it's a lot of popular band, or like more popular type bands.
It can be.
They do have a lot of sprinkled in other bands.
It's better now that they've moved.
Yes, for sure.
It's a little bit bigger that they moved. I feel like the one in Lakeview on Belmont, that's more of the mainstream metal, and a lot of like
Death.
I
always think about
that. They always have death.
They have
there.
like a section of death that's like this big.
Yeah.
Like it's
all like used. So I think somebody just brought in their death collection and put it there.
I honestly haven't been to that store for probably 2 years now.
It's been a bit,
I've went to the downtown one, especially since I work pretty close to it. But yeah, we haven't been to this one. But I made the comment of, did you bring all the metal music with you? But I believe we were trying to stay on budget for this event that we went to, and so I only picked up this one album, if I remember. Or we got a cassette as well while we were there.
Did you get a cassette?
Well, we did. We got a cassette, not like me.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
but all right.
I remember picking up a cassette.
This was just before the boat too, because that was
just after.
Oh, just after the boat, right? Because it was Thanksgiving week. I think it was like the Tuesday or Wednesday of Thanksgiving that this particular metal movie night was, and we've done 2 of our podcast episodes, or I think this episode will get posted like in between, sandwiched between those 2 on the Monday. So the following, a few days after this, the Heavier Trip podcast will be up, where we talk about, which is when we got this
Yeah.
album was at that event.
Yeah. And what you mean is we watched the Heavy Trip
Yeah.
movie and then the Heavier Trip movie, and we did a podcast on those.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
last week's episode of our main podcast was Heavy Trip, the movie night review where we talk about
Yeah.
the movie, and this week's coming up as of the posting of this, who knows when you're listening to it or watching this, will be
Heavier Trip.
Heavier Trip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, that was my whole comment on. There was a lot of albums that I wanted to get, but we were trying. I remember trying to like stick to a budget
Okay.
and being like, oh, we can't spend $100 on albums.
Yeah.
So getting one is fine.
The vinyl itself is just the record itself, vinyl, whatever, is just the standard black
Okay.
pressing.
Yeah.
Some of them we get are colored or
They are,
special
yeah,
pressings.
that's true.
So I just want to call that out that
Yeah.
this one was just black. But yeah, all in all, fucking solid album for $10. I really, really
Yeah.
enjoyed this.
This is a good pickup.
Yeah,
We have quite a few good ones, but then some of them that's like,
this will
yeah.
definitely be like a standout. There's a few of
Yeah.
them that we've had. They're like, oh my god, that's really, really good.
Yeah.
This is definitely one that's a standout
yeah,
for me.
yeah. Now I really want to. I mean, like I said, Deconsecration, it doesn't seem to be doing much, at least not per social media. But then Reburied is. So if we
Still
ever,
pretty active.
yeah, if we
keep
see
an eye
them,
on them, we should
yeah.
start following them and see
Yeah.
if you haven't already.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be awesome to see.
I believe we are already.
All right.
I think I pushed follow on them.
Sweet,
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
Guess wrapping it up. That's the Karen's pick.
Yep.
Super, super great fucking album. You know, sometimes they're hits, sometimes they're misses. This was definitely a hit, so I enjoyed this album a lot.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, get out there, explore music, buy music from your local stores, and just give something a try. If it's good, awesome. If it's not, whatever. At least you tried something new. And that's the only way you're gonna discover new music is just by trying it out, listen to it, and see what it's all about. So, get out there, explore your music.
Bye.